There are a ton of physical Switch games out there and I can't keep up. They keep coming out. And in today's video, I'm going to revisit some games that came out on physical for the Switch that you may be interested in that didn't know exist. And so I purchased five physical Switch games on Amazon. These are still available and the links will be below where you can check them out if you're interested. So sit back, relax. Here we go. First up is the Ninja Saviors Return of the Warriors, and this is a great two-player ninja action. I love the reversible cover, and this was published by Einen in the States here, and single and multiplayer experiences for up to 2 people. And I really like this. Great animation, and this kind of takes me back to like old school 2D sprites, side-scrolling action. And, you know, I knew about this game, but I didn't know it was on physical, so it's pretty sweet to see this being released for the Switch and affordable price. And so you can play with various different characters, I think 5 different characters, and bosses are huge, pretty challenging game, even though it's not too long. I did enjoy the art style going with this game, as I think there's a lot of people that are going to enjoy this, especially people that grew up 16-bit Neo Geo era arcade style. And yeah, I had a lot of fun playing this, and I think this would be a great one to play with a friend. And there's lots of different options. You can check it out and affordably priced on physical. I know there's a lot of collectors out there that like to collect these types of games, and it's nice that it's still available. And you know, this has been out a little bit, but you know, going back and revisiting it, I enjoy these types of games, these bite-sized arcade experiences. Definitely worth a look. Next up, we have Hunt Down, and this is an amazing throwback to a 16-bit era. Definitely, it's part Blade Runner, part something else. Check it out. Cool instruction manual and pins with the physical release. One of 3 characters, and man, this has got
Let's give 'em hell.
So much personality. I absolutely love what they did with this. There's just something here. If you grew up in the 80s like I did, you are gonna feel right at home. You know, it definitely has that like kind of classic PC look. But holy cow, there is some great side-scrolling action here, different weapons. You have to get bounties, and it's just got a cool vibe. You know, it's got that kind of like post-apocalyptic kind of, you know, everything's messed up, and you're going around and you're trying to take out punks and clear the streets and collect bounties. And man, it's cool. There's different achievements that you can get and collector stashes. Really love what they did with this game, and I can't recommend it enough. You must play this, as it has so many great little nods to movies, to the era, and man, I can't recommend this game enough. And the affordable price too. It's in that like, you know, that like, you know, $20, low $30 range, and it's for a couple different platforms as well. And I thought it'd be cool playing this with a buddy on the physical, and highly recommend. I love myself some video game pinball, and I didn't know about Demon's Tilt. It's just one of those releases that came out, and I just didn't hear about it, and it's kind of sad. You know, I'm an influencer, and I didn't hear about this game. That's a problem, right? So, anyways, going back to this is a fantastic video game, pinball game, and it's got an homage to Devil's Crush. You know, it's fantastic. Dragon's Fury, whatever, you know, type of pinball game of the 16-bit era that is your favorite. Oh my goodness, there's so much to like here. There's multiple levels, and you know, there's tape mode as well, so people that want to play it that way on your Switch. Oh my goodness, so many great things. I don't know how many boards there are, if it's just like one big board or pinball playfield. Wow, though. So many great special effects. I totally am going to be playing this again, and this is just a wonderful addition to the Switch library, as I think the Switch is totally set up to play video game pinball themed games, and it's just right up there with Star Wars Pinball. For me, I really like the theme here, as it's just got a lot going on, and you know, it combines a couple different genres together. It even becomes kind of a bullet hell, you know, things flying out and avoiding that. And man, I really enjoyed playing this, and I can't wait to play it more, as this is a must own if you're a pinball fan for the Switch. Next up is a boomer shooter called Proteus. I did not know about this game. Metal Jesus Rocks introduced me to it, and man, what a cool game. I know there's some other types of games like this that are becoming more popular, and there's some really cool features in this. It's a single player offline, but you can go online using a Nintendo Switch Online account, and there's multiplayer and co-op options, I do believe. It's got a really cool kind of like old school kind of like sprite based look to it. Definitely an homage to Doom and Quake and some other of those 90s first person shooters. But man, there's some sweet things in this. Great weapons, dual wielding, shotgun, you name it. It's got guns galore, really cool level design. It's pretty intricate and fairly long, and so you want to solve puzzles and stuff, this is one for you. And I really like the map. There's like a 3D map that you can bring up and check this game out. But wow, what a great game and a great addition to the Switch library. As you know, the Switch library is so diverse. And you know, I know there's a lot of fluff and there's a lot of shovelware, but man, that top 10% is fantastic. And then you have stuff like this that just gets sneezed out. And I don't know if it's because of the terrible cover, but I didn't know about it. And so, you know, that's saying something that I don't know about it. There's just too many games coming out. I hope you can check this out. Next up is Road Redemption. And yes, it plays like Road Rash. And there's some cool things about this. There's some randomized track layout enemies. And wow, there's some cool things about this. Now, it's on some other devices and platforms, and so you may want to consider this. Now, I did have it crash once while playing. I did look up online, and there was some performance issues with the Switch version. But you know what? I reset the game, and I played for a bit, and it didn't happen again. So I don't know if it has to do with the track randomizer or not, but wow, lots of cool stuff here. Different weapons, different upgrades. And you race, and you know, if you're a fan of Road Rash, you definitely need to check this out. Now, there's a lot of mayhem here. This definitely is not a kid's game, but I did enjoy the control. I did enjoy the game. I like the setting. You know, you're taking out gangs and stuff, and so I think that's a pretty cool homage to Road Rash. And you know, if you're a fan of those games of yesteryear, I know there's a lot of fans out there. You're gonna love this game. I like racing games like this. I like these bite-sized games where you can just jump in, you know, play for a bit and call it a day. I'm not having the life where I can play a 70-hour game anymore. And so these are the types of Switch games that I appreciate. And you know, it's just amazing. The Switch library is so robust. There's so much coming out, it's hard to keep up. And I'm so glad that I discovered these, as this is going to be what takes up my time in the summer, enjoying these bite-sized gaming experiences. So the games that I showed today, what was your favorite? And I want to thank Metal Jesus Rocks, as he introduced me to a few of these games I didn't even know were out there. And it's so cool that they're on physical, on the Switch, on the go. These are perfect bite-sized gaming experiences where you can check them out. Several of them are on other platforms as well. And if you like what you see, consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell as I'm uploading videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.